Well, I got 500.
Hold on. I didn't know where I wanted to look, so I just started drifting off.
Well, looks like I have $500 to spend on vacation.
Dude, $500? That's pretty good.
No, only $500.
Only? Where are you going?
I was thinking about going to Miami.
Dude, I went to Mexico this past weekend, spent $300 the whole time. I guess that just goes to show that where you go really has an impact on how far your money goes.
I think I'm going to Mexico this weekend.
Stop wasting money on that dumb shit and instead put it in investment. I know it's tempting to spend it and be broke again.
So welcome back to another video, guys. I'm your bro Ryan.
And I'm your bro Taylor.
And hopefully you got it from the intro, but in today's video, we're talking about how far $500 can go in the United States versus the rest of the world. Which is the better travel destination? We'll talk about it a little bit in this video. So starting off with the US as our baseline, and in our example we used Miami. So we have $500 to spend, and let's say we go to a mid-range hotel. Typically that's gonna cost you anywhere from $200 to $300 a night. So if you wanted to say stay 2 nights, that's gonna be $400 to $600. You're pretty much already over budget. So just to go to Miami, we're gonna have to go on the cheaper side of hotels, and we're gonna pull a $150 a night hotel. So you're looking at, just for the 2 nights, about $300. So that leaves you $200 for the entire rest of the weekend. You're paying for breakfast at about $15 to $20, lunch to about $20 to $25. You get dinner for $30 to $40. Maybe there you're getting a middle tier restaurant. You get 1 drink at 1 bar. That's about $12 to $15. And that's honestly not going to be a fancy bar or a really nice drink. Your Uber back and forth from the hotel, that's going to be about $35 to $45. And then let's say you rent a jet ski just to do one fun thing on the beach or a big fun beach activity. That's going to be about $100+ depending on who you go with. So in reality, $500 covers a cheap hotel, some cheap food, probably a cheap drink, and you're keeping everything pretty tight and making sure you don't run out of money too fast. So the whole time you're kind of looking over your shoulder, did I spend too much at the last place so I can't spend anything at the next?
So to nobody's surprise, the expenses can just stack up at a big city like this. Miami is a very popular tourist destination. They're aware of that, so the prices are just a little bit elevated. So let's look at an alternate city, still a very popular touristy place like Nashville, but it's just a little less hustle and bustle than Miami. You could easily find a hotel for $120, $150 a night, yeah. And then you still have a lot of money left over to hit some bars, hear some live music. The opportunities to find quote-unquote cheaper entertainment is just really big because it's a music city. Like, that's what they do. So there's just ways you can get a little bit creative with this and, in a sense, save money. Because let's say the weekend in Nashville, your hotel runs you a total of $250 to $300. You got a couple $100 left. That could easily carry you across for food, drinks, and you can explore Broadway at night and just have a good night out on the town with your friends. So let's see what $500 gets us when we go international. Like I said in the beginning, let's say I take a trip to Mexico, more specifically Playa del Carmen. Excuse me if I said that wrong. So a nice beachfront hotel or Airbnb you could find for $50 to $70 a night, which, say you're going for the weekend, only runs you about $100 to $140. Your remaining budget is nearly $400. And of course, you can do a lot with that. You go to some nice restaurants, get some good meals, spending $50. And let's say you want to go on a snorkeling excursion or something like that, $50 to $80. And again, we feel like hitting the town and we go to a beach club, you could find yourself only spending about $50 to $60. Some more nightlife, you get some cheap drinks here and there, you're spending another $50, let's say. And the airport transportation or the Uber cost that you're experiencing, say $20 to $30. On top of that, we still have a little money left over for some souvenirs. And the grand total right there takes us to just shy of $500.
So as you can see right there, you get more of an experience. Your money goes a lot further for a drive or a short flight away. That's probably not crazy expensive. For the same amount of money, you barely got to sleep 2 nights in an okay hotel. So again, it's just where you go, where you choose can go a lot further, can be a much better experience. And so let's try a different part of the world. So let's say we travel to a very popular destination, Bangkok, Thailand. So a nice hotel in a good area, you're looking to spend about $30 to $50 a night. So all you have to budget for is $50 to $100 for a weekend stay. And then what can you do with the rest of the money? You can get street food for $2 to $5 each. Spend a total of $20 to $30 on all your meals while you're there. But you can also go to nicer sit-down restaurants for $10 to $20. You can do full day guided tours of the temples for $25 to $50. You can get a massage for $20. You can go to rooftop bars with views for $25 to $40. You can get Muay Thai fight tickets for $25 to $50. And you can rent tuk-tuks for the whole weekend for $20 to $30. You can get river dinner cruises for $40 to $60. The Nightlife entertainment for $50 to $100. And you can do a ton of shopping and get a bunch of souvenirs to take home with you for, say, $50. So in total, you're still spending only $350 to $450. Now we do understand that the hardest part of Bangkok is actually the flight. So again, that plays a big role, but this is more once you get there, and hopefully we can find a great deal on flights or using mostly our credit card points.
And when you think about it, there are cheaper alternatives than even Bangkok. I mean, you go to Chiang Mai, it's oftentimes known for being cheaper than Bangkok, so your accommodations are cheaper, food and drink a little bit cheaper. You can just afford to do more.
And let's look at one more destination that's very popular, especially if traveling from the United States, and that's going to be Europe. More specifically, Eastern Europe. So we're going to take a look at somewhere I'm actually pretty interested in traveling to, and we're going to look at Budapest, Hungary. So a nice central hotel in Budapest is going to cost you $40 to $60 a night. That's only going to cost you $80 to $120 for the weekend. All your restaurants, meals with drinks, you're going to spend about $15 to $30 a day, or about $30 to $50 for the whole weekend. For a thermal bath experience, which they're kind of known for, it's going to be about $20 to $30. Pub crawls and nightlife, you're going to spend about $30 to $50. River cruise, you're going to spend about $15 to $25. Historic walking tours, you're going to spend about $15 to $20. Museums, which are very nice over there, you're going to spend about $20 to $30. Public transportation, that's only going to cost you about $10 to $15 for the whole weekend. And if you did want to go to a really nice restaurant, it's only going to cost you $40 to $60. Not bad at all. So we're getting out of Eastern Europe only spending about $300 to $400. Again, as we know, traveling internationally, the biggest part is going to be that flight a lot of times. But a lot of times you can travel in the off season. I personally have looked at this destination, and in the off season, it actually is very affordable, very reasonable. So if you can find a way to get a good price on the flight, the rest of it, you don't need to spend much more than $500 to have a really good, fun weekend.
And of course, this is a case-by-case thing. We're not saying you shouldn't travel to Miami or wherever it may be. It's really up to what you want. You just have to be aware of, okay, this is the budget I need. Budgeting is a huge thing. If you guys are curious about budgeting and budgeting tips, check out our channel. We have plenty of stuff that goes over it. But as always, we hope you guys got something out of this. If there's a place that you went to that you're like, oh, I only spent a couple $100. It was one of the best trips ever. We'd love to hear it. Maybe we'd go on it, and you might find us filming from Bangkok in a few weeks. Who knows?
That would be awesome to get insights from you guys on places we haven't even heard of.
Yeah.
Hidden places in Eastern Europe or Asia or anything that you can go spend little to no money. It's just getting there and you're good to go. And you got tips on while you're there what to do. We would love all of that. So please let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Don't hide those hidden gems from us. You know, we're looking to figure it out. But as always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, share this video, and stay tuned for next week.
No, seriously, stay tuned. And you can rent tuk-tuks for... It does sound funny. I had to keep a straight face when I said it.
It's going to be funny if that's the actual way you're supposed to say it.